Azure databases are considered a core product of Azure. And when I'm referring to databases here, I'm referring to databases that are a platform as a service. These are fully managed databases that Microsoft does manage for us, which means because they are managed, they already have built-in high availability and in some cases, backups as well. We're going to touch on 4 database services in this lesson: Cosmos DB, Azure SQL Databases, Azure SQL Database Warehouse, and Azure Database Migration Service, DMS. And we'll start off with Cosmos DB, which is a globally distributed multi-model database service. It can scale throughput and storage across Azure regions. It's highly responsive at less than 10 milliseconds and highly available at 99.999% or 5 nines. Cosmos DB will automatically replicate data closest to the users, and that's what makes it highly responsive and highly available. Typical uses for Cosmos DB include web, mobile, gaming, and IoT applications. Next, we have the Azure SQL Database. This is a relational database service, or DAS. It is a fully managed and secure SQL database. It is also highly available by default. Because this database is managed, it is automatically backed up for us. We don't have to worry about that. Typical uses for a SQL database include any company database, like an HR database, maybe an inventory database, payroll, etc. Next, we have the Azure SQL Data Warehouse. This is an enterprise data warehouse, or EDW. It can run complex queries across petabytes of data using massively parallel processing, or MPP. We use Azure SQL Data Warehousing for big data. Typical usage would be for online retailers. Pick your favorite one. And finally, the last service isn't actually a database service. It is the Azure Database Migration Service, or DMS. With this service, we can migrate databases to Azure with little downtime. The migration service uses the Data Migration Assistant to provide reports and guides to step you through the migration. There are several other database options available within Azure, but for the exam, you should be very familiar with these 4.